Hi, today we're going to do the four-way flip. I'm going to show you how I would structure this, which means that I'm going to use smart objects. In the first video, we'll only do the flip. In the next video, I'll show you why I used the smart objects and the huge benefit that you get in design possibilities if you also use smart objects. I'm going to start by creating a new file that's 100 pixels wide and high. New, width 100 by 100, and click OK. This is only a 72 dpi file. If you were actually doing this for print, you'd have to work on something that's a lot larger. I'm going to fill this with noise. Filter, noise, add noise. This is one of the first filters that was in Photoshop. I'm going to choose a Gaussian style in 400% amount and click OK. Actually, the noise filter is one of the very few one of the very few filters that you can use on a totally empty image. Now that I've done this, I'm going to enlarge it to 500 by 500 pixels. Image, image size. Normally, this resample would be at automatic or one of the bicubic. I want to preserve the little squares, so I'm going to choose nearest neighbor, which in Photoshop CC, which is what I'm using, says hard edges. Click OK. Oh, okay, let's try this again. Sorry. Image, image size. Helps if you change the size. 500 by 500 pixels, nearest neighbor. Now you can see that I've got nice little squares. This is the image that I'm going to flip. So to get it started, I'm going to open my Layers panel and turn this into a Convert to Smart Object. This was a right click that opened this menu, Convert to Smart Object. You can also go up here to the Layer menu, Smart Objects, Convert to Smart Object. Either way works. Now I'm going to duplicate this layer. Lots of ways to do it. If my hands were closer to the keyboard, I would do a Command or Control J. Since the keyboard and microphone don't like each other, I'm just going to drag it to the new layer. And now I have two smart objects. Now I'm going to increase the canvas size. I don't want to make the pixels any larger. I just want to add room so that I can flip the canvas. Image, canvas size. Relative is ticked. I want the left side of this image to stay where it is. So I'm going to click here in the 9 square anchor and add 100%, not pixels, to the image and click OK. Let's drag my layers out here and close this. Now that I have the two layers, this layer has not yet been flipped. So I'm going to click here, choose Edit, Transform, Flip Horizontal. Now we've just flipped the pixels over the other way. I'm going to hold the Shift key and click and drag. Can you see that I matched the seams of these two pieces? So they are now mirrored one from the other. Let me make the canvas a little bit smaller so that I have room on the screen. Now I'm going to take the two layers and I'm going to duplicate them again. Command J would do it, or Control J on the PC, or just dragging it, as I've done here. Now we have the two new copies. In this case, I think I'm just going to go and flip them again while I have them selected. Edit, transform, flip vertical this time, and now they've flipped the other way. At this point, I want to increase the canvas size. Edit, image, canvas size, and I want the height to turn to 100% to give this room to get the size on here. And now I want the pieces to anchor at the top. So I'm going to click this little anchor box and click OK. See how everything stayed in the top and the bottom is blank. We've already flipped this. These two layers are already selected. All I need to do is move them. Start moving them, hold the Shift key, and move them down till they click in place. Now I have a four-way image. This can be done on pictorial images, on almost anything that we want. And in the next video, I'll show you how we add a flower to this and filter it and change everything now that we have the flip done. So hopefully you'll stick around for the next video. Take care.